Okay. Abel-Baker car hop problem. It is called as Abel-Baker car hop problem, or it is also called as Abel-Baker call center problem. Okay. Here we'll be having a more than one service channel. Okay. Till now, what problems we have discussed are single service channel problems. Okay. Single channel queuing system problem we have discussed. Okay. Now, what the problem which we are seeing is more than one service channel. If it is there, how to simulate it will be discussing in this class. Okay, this problem is Abel-Baker car hop problem, or it is also called as Abel-Baker call center problem. Okay, here the problem is like this. You can consider a computer technical support system where personnel take calls and provide service. Okay, the time between the calls range from 1 to 4 minutes with distribution is given. Time between the calls range is 1 to 4 minutes, and the distribution is given here. Okay, time between the calls are 1, 2, 3, 4, and its probability is 0.25, 0.4, 0.20, 0.15. Okay, this is the probability. Next, there are two technical support people, that is Abel and Baker. Okay, there are two technical support people, Abel and Baker. And Abel is more experienced and can provide service faster than the Baker. Distributions of their service times are given below. That is, Abel service time distribution and Baker's service time distributions are given separately here. Okay, the Abel's service time distribution is Abel's service time in minutes is 2, 3, 4, 5, and probability is 0.30, 0.28, 0.25, 0.17 is this is Abel's service time distribution table. Next, Baker's service time distribution table is service time is in minutes. It is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and its probability is 0.35, 0.25, 0.20, and 0.20. This is the Abel and Baker's service time distribution tables. Okay, and here in the problem they have given use the following sequence of random numbers. Okay, random number for arrival they have given random digits for arrival, that is 26, 98, 90, 26, 42. Okay, and random digits for service they have given, that is 95, 21, 51, 92, 89, 38. This is the random digits for service. And simulate the arrival of 6 customers. They have asked us to simulate arrival of 6 customers. Okay, understand the problem, read the problem carefully and understand here. Here it is a computer technical support system where it's a company where two people are working as a supporting people, technical support people, that is Abel and Baker. Abel is more experienced than the Baker. Okay, Abel provides service more faster than the Baker. Okay, here one thing we need to remember is if Abel and Baker both are free, that time if customer comes, uh, Able will be start servicing the customer. Okay, if Able is busy, that time if any customer comes for the service, that time the customer is assigned to the Baker. Okay, Baker will be giving the service to the customer. Okay, if Able and Baker both are busy, the customer will be in the waiting queue. Okay, until his Able or Baker or anyone become free, the customer will be waiting for the service. Okay, that's what you need to understand here. And here we'll be having two servers. Okay, one is Able, one is Baker. Okay, you can see here it looks like this. Okay, yeah, customers will comes like this, and if Able and Baker both are free, the customer will be allotted to the Able. Okay, if able is busy, that time the customer will be allotted to the baker. Okay, if both able and baker both are busy, then the customers will be waiting in the waiting queue. That's what the question they have given. Okay, first we need to calculate the interarrival time and service time. Here, first we need to excuse me, write the distribution of time between arrivals. Okay, here they have given in the question the time between arrivals are 1, 2, 3, 4. The question they have given the time between arrivals are 1, 2, 3, 4, and its probabilities also they have given 0 0.25, 0 0.4, 0 0.20, 0 0.15. Okay, we'll write that as it is. Okay, time between arrivals 1, 2, 3, 4. Probabilities are 0 0.25, 0 0.40, 0 0.20, and 0 0.15. Next, we need to calculate the cumulative probability. How to calculate the cumulative probability? The first one, cumulative probability, always the same as probability. So, excuse me. So, we'll write 0 0.25 as cumulative probability here. For second one, to calculate the cumulative probability, it is first previous one's cumulative probability, the sum of previous one's cumulative probability plus uh, present one's probability, we will get the present one's cumulative probability. That is 0 0.25 plus 0 0.40, we will get 0 0.65 as second one's cumulative probability. Okay. Okay, to calculate the next one cumulative probability, we need to add the previous one's cumulative probability, that is 0 0.65 plus present one's probability, that is 0 0.20. 0 0.65 plus 0 0.20, we will get 0 0.85. Okay. For next one cumulative probability, we'll get it by sum of 0 0.85 plus 0 0.15. Previous one's cumulative probability plus the present one's probability, we will get the present one's cumulative probability, that is 1.0. 0 0.85 plus 0 0.15, we will get 0 0.10. Okay. Now we need to assign the random digit. While assigning the random digit, we need to check whether the random numbers they have given as 2-digit random number or 3-digit random number. Here they have given uh, for the arrival, it is 2-digit random number, as well as for the service also 2-digit random number. So we need to assign only 2-digit random number here. Okay. Always the random number will start with 1. Okay. So for this 0, 1 to 25, because the cumulative probability of this is 0 0.25. So the random digit assignment is 0, 1 to 25. For the next one, the random digit assignment will start from the 26. The previous one random digit assignment is ended with the 25. So next one's random digit assignment will start from 26, 26 to 65, because its cumulative probability is 0 0.65. It is 26 to 65. Okay. Next one's random digit assignment will start from 66 to 85, because its cumulative probability is 0 0.85. So the random digit assignment is 66 to 85. Okay. For next one's random digit assignment is, it will start from 86, because the previous one's random digit assignment ended with the 85. It will start from 86 to 000, because its cumulative probability is 1.0. Okay, here we should not take 86 to 100, because if you take 86 to 100, it will become 3-digit random digit. So we should take as 86 to 00. That means in this range, the values will be 86 to 99 plus 00 will be there in this random digit assignment range. Okay, this is the distribution time between arrivals table. Okay, next we need to write the distribution of service time for the Able as well as Baker's distribution service time we need to determine. Okay, so for that in the question they have given for Able's service time and probabilities are directly given in the problem. We'll copy from there. Okay, here we have the table. Able's service time and probability. Service time is 2, 3, 4, 5. Probability is 0 0.30, 0 0.28, 0 0.25 and 0 0.17. Okay, we'll copy that as it is. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 0.30, 0 0.28, 0 0.25, 0 0.17. Now we need to calculate the cumulative probability. Always the first one's cumulative probability is same as probability. That is 0 0.30. We'll write it as 0 0.30. Okay, for next one's cumulative probability to calculate, we need to add the previous one's cumulative probability plus the present one's probability. Okay, that is 0 0.30 plus 0 0.28. We will get 0 0.58. Okay, for to calculate the next one's cumulative probability, we need to add the previous one's cumulative probability, that is 0 0.58 plus 0 0.25. We will get 0 0.83. Okay, to calculate next cumulative probability, we need to add 0 0.83 plus 0 0.17. We will get the next one's cumulative probability, that is 1.0. Okay, after calculating the cumulative probability, we need to assign the random digit. Okay, always the random digit assignment will start with 1. Okay, and before assigning the random digit, we need to check whether it is a 2-digit random digit or 3-digit random digit. For service time, the given in the problem, the random digits are given as 2-digit random digits only. So we need to assign 2-digit random digits itself. Okay, so we'll assign here 2-digit random digits, and always the random digit assignment will start from the 1 to 30 because its cumulative probability is 0 0.30. Okay, for next one the random digit assignment is 31 to 58 because the previous one's random digit assignment ended with 30. So the present one's random digit assignment will start from 31 and it will end with 58 because its cumulative probability is 0 0.58. Okay, for next one's random digit assignment, it will start from 59 to 83 because its cumulative probability is 83. For next one, the random digit assignment will start from 84 because the previous one random digit assignment is ended with 83. Okay, it is 84 to 000 because it is its cumulative probability is 1.0. Okay, so you should not take 84 to 100. If you take 84 to 100, it will become 3-digit number. Okay, so this range will include 84 to 99 and 00 random digit will be there in this range. Okay, this is the distribution of service time for the able. Now we need to draw the service time distribution table for the baker. Service time and probability for the baker is given in the question. We will copy the same thing. Okay, here in the question it is given for baker's service time and probability. This is the baker's service time and probability 3, 4, 5, 6, 0 0.35, 0 0.25, 0 0.20, 0 0.20. We'll copy this thing as it is. Under service time, for the baker service time is 3, 4, 5, 6 and probability given as 0 0.35, 0 0.25, 0 0.20 and 0 0.20. Okay, after writing this, we need to calculate the cumulative probability. While calculating the cumulative probability, always the first one's cumulative probability is same as the probability. That is 0 0.35 is the cumulative probability. Okay, next one cumulative probability. To calculate the next one cumulative probability, it is the sum of the previous one's cumulative probability plus the present one's probability. So sum of this and this, we will get cumulative probability. Okay, that is 0 0.60. That is 0.35 plus 0.25, we will get 0.60. Okay, to find the next cumulative probability, we'll add the previous cumulative probability, that is 0.60, and present probability, that is 0.20. 0.60 plus 0.20, we will get 0.80. Okay. For next cumulative probability calculation, we'll add the previous cumulative probability, that is 0.80, plus the present one's probability, that is 0.20. 0.80 plus 0.20 will get 1.0. Okay. Now we need to assign the random digit. To assign the random digit, we need to check service random digit for the service time given in the question. Random digit for the service time given in the question is, it is 2-digit random number. Okay, it is 2-digit random numbers given in the random digit for service. Okay, so we need to take 2 digits for random digit assignment. Okay, always the random digit will start with 1, not the 0. Okay, it is 0, 1 to 35. Random digit assignment is 0, 1 to 35 because its cumulative probability is 0.35. So the random digit is 1 to 35. Okay. For next one's random digit assignment, will start from 36, as the previous one's random digit assignment is ended with 35. Okay. We need to start from the 36 to 60. It is the random digit assignment for the second one. Okay, because its cumulative probability is 0.60. So random digit assignment is 36 to 60. Okay, for next one, the random digit assignment will start from 61 to 80 because its cumulative probability is 80. Okay, for next one's random digit assignment, it is 81 to 00 because its previous random digit is ended with 80. So the random digit assignment starts from the 81 because its cumulative probability is 1.00. So the random digit assignment is 81 to 00. We should not take 81 to 100. If you take 81 to 100, it will become again 3-digit random digit assignment. So this here the range will includes 81 to 99 and 00 also will be included in this range. Okay, understood, right? This is Baker's service time distribution table and this is Abel's service time distribution table. Okay, now we need to determine the arrival time, inter-arrival time. Okay, we have the customers in the question they have given. We need to simulate it for the 6 customers. Okay, and here in the question they have given the random digit for arrivals they have given. By using this random digit for arrival, we need to calculate the inter-arrival time. Okay, always we need to consider that the customer 1 arrived to the call center at 0th simulation clock time. Okay, simulation clock time 0, the customer 1 arrived to the simulation clock. Arrived to the call center. Okay, so the first one will not assign any random digit. Okay, for the first one, the time between arrival we consider as 0. As the customer 1 arrived to the, we consider that the customer arrived to the call center at simulation clock time 0. Okay, so we write arrival time for the customer 1 is 0. Okay, next we write the random digits given in the question. For the customer 2, we will write the random digit given in the question. Here the random digits for the arrival is given in the problem as 26, 98, 90, 26, 42. That will copy for all the customers. That is 26, 98, 90, 26, 42. Okay, now we have the random digits. Now we need to find the time between arrivals. So we need to check random digit 26 where it will come in the arrivals time distribution table. Okay, here we have drawn the arrival time distribution table, right? In this, where 26 will come. 26 comes in the range of 26 to 65. Its time between arrival is 2. We will write 2 there. Okay, we'll write 2. Next is random digit is 98. Where the 98 comes in this arrival time distribution table. Okay, 98 comes in between the range of 86 to 100. 86 to 00. Okay, its time between arrival is 4. We'll write 4 there. Okay, we'll write 4 here. Next random digit is 90. Where the 90 comes in the arrival time distribution table, 90 comes in the range of 86 to 00. So its time between arrival is 4. We'll write 4 there. Okay, we'll write 4 here. Next random digit is 26. Where the 26 comes in this arrival time distribution table, 26 comes in between 26 to 65 range. So its time between arrival is 2. So we'll write 2 here. Okay, we'll write 2 here. Next random digit is given as 42. Where the 42 comes in the distribution of arrival table. Okay, 42 comes in the range of 26 to 65. Its time between arrival is 2. We will write 2 there. Okay, we will write 2. Okay, after this, here we need to remember few points that there are 2 servers. Servers are nothing but servers, or we can say it as technical support people, that is Able and Baker. Okay, 2 technical support people, Able and Baker. Okay, choose between Able or Baker based on the availability. Okay, if 2 servers are idle, that means both Able and Baker are free. Choose Able first, as Able is faster than the Baker. In the question they have given, right? Able is more experienced than the Baker and Able do the things faster. Okay, so we need to, if both the servers are free, that time Able will be assigned with the customer. Okay, if Able is busy, choose Baker. Okay, if Baker is busy, choose Able. Okay, if Able is busy with some customer, then the new customer will be assigned to the Baker. If Baker is busy, then choose Able. If Able and Baker both are busy, then the customer need to be waited in the queue. Okay, next in the question they have given random digit assignment for the service time. Okay, service time random digits are given as 95, 21, 51, 92, 89, 38. For customer 1 is 95, 2 21, 3 51, 4 92, 5 89, 6 38. Okay, this we need to. Now we can construct the simulation table and see. Okay. Yeah, you can see now, right? This is the table, simulation table we need to draw. First, we need to, here they have asked us to simulate it for 6 customers. So write down the customers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next, inter-array time. Okay, inter-array time we have calculated here. So from this, we need to copy the inter-array time. The inter-array time here it is, we got the inter-array time we have calculated is 0, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2 is the inter-array time we have got. Okay. We'll go to the table and write down the inter-array time. Inter-array time we have calculated, we got it as 0, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. Okay, if you know the inter-arrival time, we can calculate the arrival time. How to calculate the arrival time? Always the arrival time of the first customer is 0. Okay, we assume that the customer 1 arrives to the simulation table, arrived to the server at the simulation clock time 0. So arrival time we will assign for the customer 1 as 0. Okay, for customer 2 we will calculate the arrival time. To calculate the arrival time for the customer, we need to sum, it is the arrival time of the customer 2 is sum of the customer 1's arrival time plus inter-arrival time of the customer 2. Okay, if we add 0 plus 2, we will get 2. Okay, next arrival time is sum of previous customers arrival time plus present customers inter-arrival time. That is 2 plus 4, we will get 6. Okay, for next customers arrival time, we get it from the previous customers arrival time plus present customers inter-arrival time. So previous customers arrival time is 6. 6 plus 4, we will get 10. Okay, for next customer arrival time, we get it sum of previous customer's arrival time, that is 10, plus present customer's inter-arrival time, that is 2. 10 plus 2, we will get 12. Okay, for next customer arrival time, we calculate it from the previous customer's arrival time, that is 12 plus 2. That is the present customer's inter-arrival time. 12 plus 2, we will get 14. Okay, now in the question they have given that first simulation table should consist of these columns, like time, service time begins. What is the service time? When the service time ended. Okay, here we have two servers. Okay, that is Able and other server is Baker. Okay, two technical support people, Able and Baker. Able, what time he had started the service and what is the service time, what time he ended the service, that will be recorded in this table. Okay, next for the Baker also same thing. What time the service began, what is the service time, what time the service ended will be recorded in this table, and any call delay. Okay, any waiting time in the queue. Next is time in the system. How much time the customer waited in the system will be recorded as time in the system in the table. Okay, in this column we record it. So first the customer 1 arrived to the server at simulation clock time 0. Okay, so if when the customer 1 came to the call center, that time both Able and Baker both are free because he is the first customer. Okay, so the customer 1 is assigned to the Baker or Able. The customer 1 is assigned to the Able because Able is more experienced than the Baker. Okay, so Able will start executing his job. Okay, that is at what time he will start executing the customer 1's service at simulation clock time 0. Okay, now we need to check with the random digit for the customer 1. Service time random digit for the customer 1 is 95. Okay, where the 95 comes in the Able's table, we need to check. In this Able's table, in this Able service time distribution table, where the 95 comes. 95 comes in between 84 to 0. So what is the service time for the customer 1? Customer 1 service time is 5. Okay, that 5 we'll write it here in the service time for the customer 1. Okay, we need to choose from able service time distribution table. Okay, we'll write service time 5 here. And he's able started the customer's one service at simulation clock time 0, and he will end at simulation clock time 5. Okay, 0 plus 5, it is 5. Okay, understood, right? That time baker is just free, idle. Okay, and is there a call delay? Customer one waited in the queue? No. So it is caller delay is 0. Next one is how much time the customer one spent in the system. That is waiting time plus his service time. He didn't waited in the queue. So his service time is 5 minutes. So we'll write 5 here. Okay. Next, customer 2. Customer 2 arrived to the call center at simulation clock time 2. That time Able is busy servicing to the customer 1. Okay. Able is busy till simulation clock time 5. Okay, so the customer 2 will be assigned to the baker. Baker will start servicing the customer 2 at simulation clock time 2. What is the service time for the customer 2? Random number for the random number given for the customer 2 is 21. Okay, where 21 comes in the baker's distribution table, service time distribution table, we need to check. Okay, 21 comes in the range of 1 to 35. So that service time is 3 minutes for the customer 2. Okay, that we need to update here in this service time place. Okay, it is 3 minutes service time. Baker started the customer 2 service at clock time 2 and ended at 5. 2 plus 3, it is 5. Okay, at simulation clock time 5, he completed executing the service for the customer 2. Okay, did the customer 2 waited in the queue? No. When he came to the call center, baker was free, so the customer is assigned with baker, and baker executed the customer 2's service. Okay, at how much time the customer 2 spent in the system? That is his waiting time plus service time. He didn't waited in the waiting queue, so waiting time is 0. 0 plus his service time is 3. 0 plus 3, it is 3 minutes. Okay, next customer arrived to the system at simulation clock time 6. At simulation clock time 6, Able is free as well as baker is free. Able completed servicing the customer 1 at simulation clock time 5 minutes, and baker also completed his service to the customer at simulation clock time 5. Okay, so when the customer arrives to the call center at the simulation clock time 6, okay, that time Able will be assigned with the customer 3, because in the question they have given Able and baker both are free, means this customer should be attended by the Able only, because Able is more experienced than the baker. Okay, so customer 3 will be attended by the serviced by the Able. Okay, now we need to check random digit in the Able's table. So in the customer 3's random digit is 51. 51 we'll check it in the Able's table, Able service time distribution table. Okay, here the 51 will comes in the range of 31 to 58. Okay, so his service time is what? It is 3 minutes. So we'll write 3 minutes here. Okay, customer 3 service time is 3 minutes. And what time the Able will complete his service? That is 6 minutes his service started, and 3 minutes it will take to complete the customer 3 service. So 6 plus 3 at simulation clock time 9, Able completes the service for the customer 3. Okay, that time baker will be idle, like that. and customer 3 did not wait in the queue, because whenever he came to the call center, Able started his executing the service for the customer 3. Okay, and how much time he spent in the system? That is waiting time of the customer 3 plus service time of that customer 3. He didn't waited in the queue, so it is 0, and service time is 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes he took for him to get serviced. Okay, next one. Next customer arrives at clock time 10. Okay, at clock time 10, the customer 2 arrived to the system. That time, service, both Able and Baker, both are free. The customer will be attended by the Able only, because Able is more experienced than Baker. Okay, so at clock time, simulation clock time 10, Able will start servicing the customer 4. Customer 4's random digit is given in the question is 92. Where 92 comes in the Able's table, we need to check. 92 will come in the Able's table in the range of 84 to 00. So its service time is 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, we'll write it here. Okay, 5 minutes we will write it here. And to complete the customer 4 service, it will take 15 minutes. Okay, that is 10 plus 5, it is 15 minutes. That customer 4 did not wait in the queue. So his total time he spent in the system is waiting time in the queue plus his service time. Waiting time is 0, 0 plus 5 is 5 minutes. Okay, next customer 5 will arrive to the simulation, arrive to the call center at simulation time 12. Okay, that time customer Able is busy. So customer 5 will be allotted with Baker. Baker will start executing the customer 5's job at simulation clock time 12. So we need to check random digit for the customer 5 is given in the question is 89. 89 we need to check in the Baker's distribution table, service time distribution table. Here the Baker service time distribution table, where the 89 comes, 89 comes in the range of 81 to 00. Okay, 81 to 00, its service time is 6. So we'll copy the service time 6 to the customer 5. Okay, customer Baker will start executing the customer 5's service at simulation clock time 12, and to complete the customer 5's service time, Baker need 6 minutes to execute the job. Okay, so customer 5, he needs service time is 6 minutes. So okay, Baker started the service in the customer 5 at simulation clock 12. Okay, and service time is 6 minutes. So 12 plus 6, 18 minutes, the Baker will complete servicing the customer 5. Okay, did the customer 5 waited in the queue? No, he arrived to the system at the simulation clock time 12. Immediately he got serviced by the Baker. So he didn't waited in the queue. So his caller delay is 0 for the customer 5. Okay, how much time the customer spent in the system? That is waiting time plus the customer's service time. Customer service time is 6 minutes. Okay, so total time customer 5 spent in the system for 6 minutes. Okay, next customer 6 arrived to the uh, call center at simulation clock time 14. Okay, that time at simulation clock time 14, Able is busy servicing the customer, and Able is busy servicing the customer 4, and Baker also busy servicing the customer 5. Okay, Able will be busy until simulation clock time 15. Baker will be busy until simulation clock time 18. Okay, at simulation clock time 14, customer 6 arrived to the call center. Okay, that time what the customer, both the Able and Baker are busy, that time customer should be waited in the waiting queue. Okay, so the customer 6 will be waited in the waiting queue until Able or Baker become free. So Able will become at simulation clock time 15 free. So the customer 6 will be allotted to the Able. Okay, so Able will start servicing the customer immediately once he completes the customer 4's service. Okay, Able will start servicing the customer 6 at simulation clock time 15. Okay, what is the random digit given for the customer 6? Customer 6 given random digit is 38. Okay, service time random digit for the customer 6 is 36 is given in the problem. So, sorry, 38. Okay. Customer 6 random digit for service time is given in the question is 38. So, 38 we need to check in the Able's table. Where in the Able's service time distribution table, where the random digit 38 comes. 38 comes in the range of 31 to 58. So, its service time is 3 minutes. So, we'll write 3 minutes for the customer 6. Customer 6 service time is 3 minutes. So we'll write 3 minutes here. Okay. Able will start servicing the customer 6 at simulation clock time 15 minutes. But customer's 6 service time is 3 minutes. 15 plus 3, 18 minutes. Able will complete servicing the customer 6. Okay. And we need to update the caller delay. How much time the customer 6 waited in the waiting queue? He arrived to the simulation clock. He arrived to the call center at simulation clock time 14 minutes. But that time both the Able and Baker are busy. Able become free at simulation clock time 15. So 15 minus 14 is 1. 1 minute the customer 6 is waited in the waiting queue. Okay, that is 1 minute is the caller delay. Okay, and how much time the customer 6 spent in the system? That is waiting time plus its service time. Customer 6 waiting time is 1 minute plus his service time is 3 minutes. 3 plus 1 is 4 minutes. So like this we can construct the simulation table for 6 customers